I'm Rebecca Reed from Line Upon Line Learning. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about why I've chosen to homeschool. I just want to say first off that my decision to homeschool, I have all these other reasons, but probably the main one is because I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I would never tell somebody, oh, you've got to homeschool, because everybody has their own calling. And I feel like God led me to homeschooling, and this is the right thing for me and for my kids. Here are some other reasons why I've chosen to homeschool. The first one is because of the environment where my kids can learn. They're with me. I don't have to worry about bullying. In fact, I know most of the people they associate with in our co-ops or in our church groups or scouts or whatnot. And so the environment is very, it's a nice environment to be in for my kids, I think. Also, there's the environment of flexibility for homeschooling. So just an example, this morning everybody was kind of in a Monday morning mood, lots of angry kids at each other. And so we had the flexibility. I said, okay, stop, we're not doing this at home, we're gonna go to the library. We went to the library, did those things, and then we came home and we could get some school done. And people were in a better mood. We had that flexibility because we are able to homeschool. We don't have to force things in the environment if the kids aren't ready to learn. The second reason is instruction. Here's another story for you. I was expecting my second child, Strawberry, and my son, Raisin, was in the back seat of the car, and we were driving somewhere, and we stopped at a stoplight, and he said to me, why can't cars stop on the tracks? He was 3 years old at the time, and I was like, what? And I realized he'd read the sign right above the train tracks that said, cars do not stop on the tracks. And that's when I realized he'd figured out how to read. I never had instructed him in that formally, and he kind of figured it out. He picked up some things. And so that was one of the reasons we started considering homeschooling, because he wasn't yet in kindergarten and he'd already figured out how to read. I love that we can customize what he's learning. We can do math at whatever level he's at. He has difficulty with the fine motor skills. And so in kindergarten and first grade and second grade, we did handwriting, of course, but I was able to adjust his instruction to what he needed rather than a whole class of kids. On the other hand, my kindergartner is a bundle of energy, and she needs to do things that are active all the time for our lessons. So there's not going to be a lot of sitting at a desk for her this school year. We're going to do a lot of playing together. The third reason I wrote down is love of learning, love of my kids. Some of the reason I chose to homeschool is so I can show my kids how much I love them. And that's really the most important thing we can learn each day, is that we love each other, that we love to learn together. We can explore things we don't understand. You know, if I don't know the answer, the great thing is Google's always a click away, or even I can talk to my phone and it will open up Google and look for the answer to things. So I don't have to know all the answers, but we can love learning together, and we can love spending time together, and that's one of the great things about homeschooling. And then the fourth reason I wrote down for why I love homeschooling is the socialization. You know, one of the first things people say is, how do you socialize your children? And I think it's kind of a silly question, because the most important socialization really is in our home, and that's the socialization that I think is the most important. My son, my 8-year-old, he's almost 10 now. And he's best friends with my little baby. Even when she was less than a year old, so about a year ago, if he'd walk in the room, she'd get so excited and crawl over to him. And it's still like that. They have a great relationship together. Yes, there are lots of fights with my almost 10-year-old and my 5-year-old. They're siblings after all. I won't say that homeschooling means that they're always going to be best friends. But I think the socialization that we have in our home is the best kind of socialization they can get. They have to learn to get along with people who are totally different from them, even different ages, different personalities completely, but they're in a safe environment, and it's just been great so far. Like I said, doesn't mean that we are always hugging and being best buddies. There's plenty of sibling arguments going on, and frustrated mamas and things like that. Homeschooling's not always smooth. Those are some of the reasons that we've done it and why we keep doing it. And I think it's been a great opportunity for our family. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.